YouTube, Sokyo here, and screens are all around us. No matter if they're on your wrist, on your phone, or on your computer, they are all around us. But how do they work, and how do they create colours? Well, screens, all different types, work on the basic principle of a pixel, which is made out of 3 different lights. One green, one red, and one blue. And by changing the brightness of these lights combined, you can make basically any colour in the universe that's possible. It matters, however, on how much you can change the brightness of each light by, and that tells you how many different colour combinations you can make. And that's how they all work on the most basic level. However, there are different types of screens. The first ones were the cathode ray tube screens, the long box ones that were used primarily up until the 1990s and 2000s. These use an electron gun that's in a vacuum, and this shoots electrons at the back of this glass, this material called phosphorus, and this causes it to basically ionize and create light. And it does this in a scanning motion, just going from the top to the bottom really, really quickly, like hundreds of thousands of pixels a second. And human brain is fooled by this into thinking that it is a consistent image, even though in truth it's just a line scanning up and down very, very quickly. And this was used for a long time. However, these CRT screens are very bulky, and thus they are rather difficult to transport. So LCDs were made, and these work by using crystals. LCD stands for liquid crystal display. They have something called a backlight, and this is just producing a static white light, and then the crystals in layers in front of it can align to block or allow light through, and this changes its brightness, and then these shine through onto the pixels, which all, as I said, all displays have. The next type of screen is an OLED screen. It's what most mobile phones have nowadays, and it uses an organic light emitting diode, which is what OLED stands for. And this material emits light when a current is passed through it, and you can control this using very accurate electronic devices and very, very quick ones to be able to create a phone screen or any other screen. Because my phone, the iPhone 12, has an OLED that has to refresh 60 times a second, and on some phones 120 times a second. So you can imagine they are pretty advanced. And then there is another type of screen called micro LED. These screens are not too different to OLEDs, and thus they are not too relevant to this. They basically use the same idea, but they have loads of different individual pieces of organic material grouped together that work on their own. And these screens all have their own advantages. However, right now LCDs are the most common ones. So next time you look at a phone screen or any other type of screen, just remember your brain is being fooled by it into thinking that there are more colours on that screen than there actually are.